Hi again. It's just me in my kitchen. This time, it's not because I had a long, hard day. It's Sunday here, where I live, which is out of the U.S., outside of the U.S. And it's the day before a work day. And it's all good. I figured I'm making a stew, like a nice hearty stew, because it is winter here, and also I'm not really into eating the food at work because they are using oils that are highly inflammatory. At least they're reported to be highly inflammatory. I really try to eat a diet that is mainly meat and fat, the fat that comes with it, and I try to stay away from the other oils. So in order to do that, I realize I just have to make home-cooked meals. And as I said in my previous video, I'm a Taurus. I love home-cooked meals. Well, because I like to eat. But I also like making food too. It's so enjoyable and so comforting. So I figured I would just share something that I love to do, something that I find is calming. And if I have any tidbits to share that might be of benefit to you, then you'll pick them up if they resonate with you. I guess I should probably introduce myself. My name is Michelle, with 2 L's. Hence my handle name. I really like my name. I think it's a beautiful name that my mother gave me. All of the women's names begin with a letter M, and I was given Michelle. So I know that there's another way to spell Michelle, but I am spelled the French way, the feminine French way, which is with 2 L's. So I always like to make that distinction. See, I have so much information in me to share. But yes, so back to this meal. I already cooked the stewed meat, which I get from a butcher here where I am. And I put a little bit of beef tallow in there. I browned it first in beef tallow a little bit. And I cut up some onions to put in there as well, and some garlic. So now I didn't have the other vegetables that I needed, so I had to wait to go to the market to get some celery, some carrot, and some potato, which will add a nice heartiness to my stew here that I will be enjoying for the week. Well, it'll probably last like 2 or 3 days, something to that effect. So I have the water boiling. I just peeled and am chopping 5 potatoes in total. I'm not overdoing it on the potatoes because I have other chunky vegetables that I'm adding to it, which is the celery and the carrot. So, yeah, that's that. So, potatoes are almost done. I don't know if you are like me. This is so enjoyable and so calming to just like be in the moment, prep food, breathe, relax, because it seems that the majority of us, we work because that is the programming that we have to work in order to earn money. And I get it. It is an energy exchange, and everything is energy, right? But I find a lot of us are working just to work and make money to pay our bills, but not necessarily are we doing what we love. I'm just putting the potatoes in the boiling water now. So that's a thing. And it's become a widely accepted thing to just find a job that will give you money to pay the bills. Sometimes you love what you do, and sometimes it's not. It's not really about that. It's just about paying those damn bills that come every 30 days, right? So I don't necessarily think that that's a good way to live our lives. I don't think that we came here for just that. I really don't. I can't imagine that we did. Otherwise, like, I'm gonna have to have a serious conversation when it comes to my life review once I'm on the other side. But, so I do think things are changing, and we are gonna move away from just working just to pay our bills and doing more creative work, because we are natural creators. Evidenced by our little babies, our children, and how creative they are and imaginative. We are creative. Then we move through our traditional schools, and creativity is not something that's cultivated or encouraged, and so we kind of lose that beautiful ability that we are naturally born with. Turn my potatoes down. I want them to boil, but I don't want them to boil over. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so creative. I think we're all going to move towards doing more work that is creative and satisfying, and the whole idea of just being paid to exist and not having to earn all this hard fucking work. Excuse my language. I am not for it. So anyway, the current human that I am, the human that I've been operating, that system I've been operating from, was where I was living. I kind of felt like, man, that's all it seems to be about is work. I'm over it. I want to have more fun. I feel really, really good when I'm creating, just playing. And I think you'd agree, right? It's much more fun when you're out, like, salsa dancing or at a restaurant having a delicious meal because you love good food, or you're on a bike riding or swinging on a swing, or even climbing a tree. Whatever floats your boat, or sailing. So I decided that I would give all that up. The work hard, and try to create opportunity for a softer life, if you will. A life where I wouldn't have to work so hard and could use more of my creative abilities. So I moved out of the country, my home country, which is said is the United States, and I'm living in Asia. And I'd say I'm pretty happy with the decision, in that my life does feel softer. I'm not working so hard, but I realize that the programming, it's all over the world, in which you feel like you have to perform for each other, that your worth is based on what you can produce and not just the mere fact of who you are and what you embody and everything that you are. It's like, show me, perform. Hop on one leg. Now bark like a dog. A big dog. If you know that reference, leave it in the comments below. That is one of my favorite movies. It cracks me up every time. And I'm speaking about the original. I'm not talking about the remade one. No, no, no. The original. I'm an OG kind of person. So, almost lost a carrot there. That would have been sad. So I got my carrots. I'm putting them in. Actually, you know what I want to do? Do you want to do that? Yeah. I don't want my carrots to go on the bottom because I don't want them to be mushy and overcooked. I'm going to add my meat. Again, this is meat that's already been cooked, but it only went through one session. I need this meat to be tender and lovely, so I am giving it another round in the Insta pot, the Asian one. And that should, grab a spoon here. That should make it should become more tender. Look at that beautiful layer of fat on top. I love me meat, but a stew is just so comforting, especially when it's cold outside. When it's cold outside. I had to. There's one. And then I have uno más. Smells good. It smells very good. So that goes in there. Now I've got, oh, look at all that gelatinous loveliness. Collagen, baby, collagen. Okay. That's good. It's wonderful, actually. All right, so that is that. I also added some beef stock. No, I'm sorry, bone broth to it as well. So that's gonna be good. This is the meat. I know it looks a little crazy right now, but I swear to God, the flavor is right. So now I'm gonna put my carrots in here on top. I also love color. It's just so pretty. Browns, greens, oranges. Oh, so I was trying to find out, Sue, maybe you know, maybe you don't. Potatoes are high in oxalates. And I like potatoes, so I had to ask the mighty web what was the best method for cooking potatoes to eliminate or at least lessen the oxalate load. Oxalate, O-X-O-L-A-T. Or maybe it's O-X-A-L-A-T-E. You can look it up. But anyway, oxalates. They're anti-nutrients that are found in vegetables. Anyway, not that I don't think that vegetables have some benefit. They absolutely do. But there are some things to be aware of. So anyway, I asked the webs, Google. And Google said the best method is if you boil them. Not Instapot. Boil them. Without the skin. They said that the oxalates would leach into the water, and then be sure to discard of the water, and then the potatoes would be good. So that's what I decided. I'm gonna cook the potatoes separately and add them at the end once my stew is all done. I hope that this chopping is not too loud and distracting. And if it is, Oh well. I don't know what to do. I'm new. That's my excuse. So anyway, back to my choice to live and work in a whole nother country outside of my home country. Yes, I am by myself. I'm okay with that. And so my load, my financial load, is all on me. And don't get me wrong, I was killing it in the States because I'm a hard worker. That's what I know. My daddy taught me that. But after a while, that shit gets exhausting. And I realized I was fucking exhausted. Excuse my language. I got a lot of passion in me. So I took this opportunity, and now I am here. My background is in education. I have a lot of things, I guess, in my CV. But background is education, and so I am here teaching 2 different subjects, and I'm working with a kindergarten through 9th grade student body. So it's pretty cool, I have to say. Like I enjoy the job because I like kids. I think they're fantastic to be around, especially the younger ones. They're just like they're so interesting, they're so honest, and they're so bright and so loving, and they're fully themselves. They don't have the filters, the conditioning just yet that we have, as I point to myself with a knife, that we have as, adult humans who have been on this planet for, many years. So they just are who they are without any apology whatsoever. And I think that's so dope. So I am around them and very much enjoying them, very much enjoying the experience when I'm with them. But sometimes, the other aspects outside of the classroom, they wear me out. My sanctuary is in the classroom and home. I like being home too. That might be because I'm a Taurus. Do I blame a lot of things on being a Taurus? I don't. Navy did good stuff. It's funny. But, the interesting thing about, the zodiac and all of that astrology, mainly zodiac, is your whole birth chart has to be taken into consideration. Like, I'm not just a Taurus. My moon is this. My rising or ascendant is that. My Venus is this. My Mars is that. Like, it's a whole picture. It's the whole picture. So you have to take that stuff into account. But isn't it amazing? If you accept this or not, it's your choice. That we choose all of this before we come. I chose to be a Taurus, to be born during the season of Taurus and the time that I was born, so that my rising would be Libra. So I'm double Venus here, doubly ruled by Venus, by being a Taurus sun and a Libra rising. I say all that to say, I am very much a person who's led by Venus. I like femininity, sensuality, creativity, and beauty. I just love it all. I think it's all just so anything that arouses the senses is just so nice. It's so nice. It's nice to be able to feel and touch and hear beautiful music and look at beautiful things, beautiful people, men and women, beautiful animals, beautiful buildings. Like, gosh, it's nice to touch soft, beautiful materials, smell beautiful scents like flowers. I'm putting in the celery now, just in case you were wondering, as I, just share all this stuff. With my celery, I do not like celery, I'm gonna tell you that. But if I cook it, I like the texture of the celery, but not necessarily the flavor. But I heard that there's also good nutritional value in the leaves. I don't know how much is going to be left after I pressure cook them. I don't really care. But hey, if there's some, then I'll take it. And if not, it's okay. Excuse me. I burped. Most of the nutrition I'm looking for is going to come from my meat. So that's all I really care about. Shout out to the carnivores out there. I do believe in an animal-based diet. I think it is the most appropriate, most bioavailable diet for humans, at least now. Maybe that might change as we become the new human on New Earth. I don't know, but until then, shout out to the animals who sacrifice themselves to nourish our bodies. I am very, very, very thankful. So that's that, about that. Oh my goodness, I'm actually going to use all of this celery. Go me, go me. I don't usually use a lot of celery because, again, I don't love it. But in this case, I only pretty much use celery for a stew. So I'm trying to use all of it so I don't have any left over. Okay, this is almost done. The only other thing that I want to add to this is some kale. It's for color. I don't know. I'm just looking for like pops of color in my stew. Don't ask me why. I can't explain it. I'm just going to go with it. So yes, this is kale, another vegetable that's high in oxalates. But we're pressure cooking it. And so that will minimize the oxalates that are in there. I don't need the stems. I just want the leaves. I just want the leaf. Give me the leaf. Give me the leaf. You know that's a reference to give me the loot. Give me the loot. I don't know who the singer is though, or rapper. Who knows? Listen, I hope you are all out there having a beautiful, wonderful day. For me, the sun is shining. I got up today. I said this wonderful mantra that just put me in a beautiful space. And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to go walk now, not that in the morning when I woke up, while the sun is rising, because I heard that's a good thing to do. And I'm all about doing things that feel good. So I got up, I drank some hot water, which is an Asian tradition and I think we all should adopt. And I put on some clothes, put on my sneakers, and I went out and I walked. And it was so nice to get that morning sunlight into my eyeballs and just set me up right for the day. Mother Earth is always providing, and we forget. We have become so disconnected, and she's right here supporting us, like literally supporting us. Our feet touch her every single day. Unfortunately, they have shoes on them most of the time, but she is a great support. And so it was nice. I went out, I walked, and then I stopped at a playground so I could climb one of the playground pieces of equipment so that I could have a higher vantage point so I could really get a beautiful view of the sun rising. And it was magnificent. It was absolutely magnificent. The sun was like peeking through these trees that were in front of me, so I wasn't getting like direct sunlight in my eyes in which I wouldn't be able to look into it. So it was blocking it just enough that I could stare at the sun and just see and behold all of that fire and power. It was nice. Do I want to put this in now? I think so. This will cook very, very, very fast. And I don't think I want that actually, now that I think about it. I'm gonna put this in after this cooks, and then I'll open up the lid, put it in, and then let it, you know what I mean, you know what that means. You know, I'm gonna let it do that. So here we go. Let me put the rest of my bone broth, a beautiful layer of fat on top. I tell you, oh my gosh, what is that? Why is that? That's so good, so good, so good, so good, so good. Fat. I do want this. I think I'm gonna put a wee bit more salt because I'm adding in new vegetables. I don't import it, but I buy a lot of imported stuff because one cool thing is, like, in the US, you have access to all of these wonderful things like quality salt and, you know, stuff like that. And I decided a long time ago that I am willing to pay whatever I need to pay so that I can have quality food, because I'm all about quality. So I pay the extra money so I can have good salt. I also use Redmond's. It's good salt. So that's that. My stew is ready. Not ready, but I'm putting it in. Give me just a minute here. Let me get this girl plugged in. Everything is in a different language, so I just press a button. I think I'm pressing the right button the last time I checked on my translator app. We're gonna do that. We're gonna go up to 30, which is the highest amount of time, and then it's gonna do its thing. It's gonna do its thing, folks. So I guess I'll come back on and show you the finished product with the potatoes and the kale in there. I'll either do that at the end of this video, or I will put it up on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I guess I can put it down below. I'm new to this, so I don't know. But it's Michelle Nicole on Instagram with 3 L's, just to confuse you. You're welcome. Okay, folks, thanks for joining me if you did, and if you didn't, that's cool. Maybe you'll see this like years down the line, and you'll at least have an idea of a different way to make a beef stew. And also maybe there's some things I said that might make you think differently, or open up your mind, or close your mind, who knows. Either way, it's your choice, and that's the beautiful thing about life. We all get to make a choice. Just like I made a choice to move country and build my future somewhere else. So, have the best day ever. Know that you are loved. Hopefully yourself first, and all that is loves you too. Thank you. Bye.